Hi, I'm Adam Abraham. With transformation technology from photonic water systems, results are achieved not by filtering or subtracting impurities, but by restoring water's energetic coherence. This simple and subtle difference can yield significant savings in time and energy by delivering healthy instead of hungry water. Almost 2 years after installing a photonic water unit on his Mesa, Arizona home, Jim Harshman's efforts to keep his pool, spa, and fountain beautiful and outdoor misting system functional have become much easier.
Well, here's the problem we had when we built this house in 2005 or 2006. We got it done and found out the water was extremely hard. There was a lot of calcium buildup on the outside of the pool and also into the misters inside the courtyard, and so we know we had an issue with the water right off the bat. So in trying to solve that, this is where we started to play around with the different options that were in the market. Kind of explored what was on the home shows at the different green shows and also home shows that the Phoenix area was having, and it was just a major problem. So we had to get it solved, and we ran into the product, and I guess we can't say enough about it. I mean, it took an intolerable scum problem, a white hard water problem, and just neutralized it to where we don't have the buildup anymore. We don't have the buildup on the pool, the courtyard, fountain, or into the various systems that we have, such as your misters and your shower heads. So it's 100% work. Mm-hmm. Now, how it works, I have no idea, but it's not how it works that I'm worried about. It's if it works, and it certainly does.
To keep a pool this beautiful, what did you have to do to maintain that before?
Well, that is the real issue, because once the buildup came on the sides of the pool and on the face of the fountain, and you probably have some pictures of it, but on the spillover it was totally white. And on the sides it was like a bathtub that had that scum around the end, or around the tub end. This front was all white. All of the top, these hands and this area were all white, hands were all white, and all around the inside was white. I did the same cleanup with this as I did out there. You had to take acid and elbow grease to get it off. And so you don't want to do that too many times. And it took about maybe 6 months to a year to the point where I had to do something. I had to get the acid out and clean it up. But after the second time, I said I have to get another solution. 2, 3, 4 weeks prior to the installation of the unit into the house, we did the cleanup, took the acid out, got all of the stuff, got rid of the white as much as we can, got rid of the pool scum, all except the rocks. I didn't sandblast, but I did the elbow grease to get rid of the other stuff. And as you can see, it's been over a year and a half since I've installed the unit, and there is no scum, no white ring around the pool, no white on the surface of the waterfalls, and specifically the waterfall end of the courtyard, which was really a mess. It's not tolerable to have something that is aesthetically unpleasing when you look at it, especially you put a fortune into it like a pool. I mean, that's a lot of money to have a thing that looks like a bathtub ring. Misters were plugging up. You might have them running a stream of water, or you might have them plugged up entirely. Most of the time they were plugged up entirely. You have to go up and climb up on the top, unscrew them, and let them sit in some CLR for an hour and a half to get them unplugged. And we didn't have to throw them away. Those things are expensive. I mean, I didn't realize how expensive those little things were. So you try to unplug them.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, we don't have the buildup anymore. I don't think I've cleaned those things in the year and a half since I've had the unit in.
Wow.
And I've never thought I'd be saying that, because I was skeptical. When you guys were saying you just pour water over this thing and it's magic, I'll tell you, it is magic.
Mm-hmm.
And the purifier that I deinstalled, was not stopping that. So the hardness of the water was not changing.
Mm-hmm.
And so something was still there, even though I had the purifier, a 7-cylinder purifier.
Mm-hmm.
The buildup was still happening and didn't stop until I installed your unit.
Wow. And that unit costs a lot more than this one did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're talking about $3,000 unit that
Mm-hmm.
that got some of the crap out of the water and reduced some of the levels of, I'm sure, some of the things that we were measuring, but it didn't stop the buildup.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the main thing that I wanted to have. That and purify the drinking water, obviously.
Okay.
Many people will look at Jim Harshman's story and say, wow, if I put one of these units on, look at the savings I would have in money. I don't have to clean the pool this often. All of these are very valid, time savings, money savings, etc. But this is evidence of how, first of all, a change in water, a change in the state of the water, but it is also evidence of how water's behavior changes when it is in an optimal state. It also says that the water that we are typically getting, the behavior and shown by the behavior that was happening before this installing the photonic unit, it shows that the water itself is not healthy. That accumulation of sediment, the mineral deposits which have to be taken off with acid, to wash off with acid, this is evidence of unhealthy water. This is the result of water that is not healthy, and that water that would build up like that on the pool, it would also build up anywhere. I used to get this on every time I showered, and I used to think simply my skin was dry, but I would be getting this white buildup every time, every day I showered. Imagine doing that year in and year out. So with just a simple change by putting this unit on the line, it changes the state. It puts and adds and restores a crystalline state to the water. It's using what's called flow forms. And M.J. Pangman, author or co-author, along with Melanie Evans, of the book called Dancing with Water, talks a little bit about flow forms.
Another thing that is so powerful in nature for the creation of structured water and for the creation of coherent structured water is the use of flow forms. This is where it's so beautiful, because now in our age of modern technology, sometimes we've gotten a little bit out of hand with technology, but we can use the technology that we've created and bring it back to a more natural setting. And this is how flow forms are being used, where water is allowed to spiral in these bowl-like shapes and pass from one cascading level down to another. Beautiful for what happens with water. It does not take long, because water naturally tries to spin. And when these circular, spiraling flow forms that are created for water will structure water so fast, it's almost unbelievable. Now, there are some products that are out there that are completely based on flow forms. The photonic water device is one of these, and you don't see what's going on inside, but as the water is moving and spiraling through these flow forms, structure happens right now, and within certain geometries and certain depths of what's going on there, it doesn't take very long for water to really regain its life again.
So as you can see, water transformation is more than simply something new, a new concept, a new idea. In fact, it is a restoration of the natural state of things, the optimal state of things. In this case, with water itself, the natural natural, optimal, coherent, crystalline state of water. That's the water that you need if you are to be healthy, if you are going to have a positive relationship with water. And guess what? We are going to have a relationship with water in any state that we're in. Our choice is whether it's going to be one that actually works for us or whether it takes away.